Good evening. How are we doing today? Good, good. Wow. I'm just at a loss of words right now. This is just an amazing event, and it's a blessing to be here, to have my family here, and see so many familiar faces, and actually meet new people that's actually in the Hall of Fame. And when I got the call, I was actually eating breakfast. It's a regular day in Cincinnati, Ohio. Coach K calls me, tells me he's going to put me in the Hall of Fame, and someone made the decision to do that. And I think more than anything, the accomplishments, they're great. You guys hear it, it speaks for himself. But I'm really big on how you treat people, right? The impact that you can make on people's lives, right? You talk about something that happened 16 years ago, and people still come up to me in awe, like, wow, we can't believe you did that. So I think this inductee, in terms of what it means to me, it just tells me, like, hey, you have to continue to treat people with kindness, continue to treat people with respect, because people are always watching. It's not like I lobbied for this. It's not like I was campaigning to put me in the Hall of Fame in class of 2026. So that's what this award really means to me, is in terms of be true to who you are. So I want to start by thanking a few people. I first have to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, none of this is possible. And then I do want to thank my wife, who is here with me. She is expecting a son in December, so we're excited about that. But I wanted to thank her, publicly for loving me unconditionally and support me. Next, I want to thank my mother, who's in attendance as well. I'm not sure if there's a lot of basketball fans in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and quote Kevin Durant. She's the real MVP. She really is. She taught us again, how to have faith and belief in yourself, no matter how the situation looks. So for that, I'm forever thankful. And then my older brother, Reggie, he's in the building. He actually was the first basketball star in our family, where he went to North College here in Cincinnati, Ohio, played Division II. So it was cool to have a bigger brother, right, to be able to look up and have something to aim for. So Reggie, thankful for you. And then, of course, my little sister. There's 6 siblings. I am the second youngest, so I'm the only big brother to her in the family, so I take pride in that. But I just want to thank you for being here and always supporting me. And, of course, to my sister-in-law, Christina, my nieces and nephews, love you guys. I appreciate all the love that you guys gave me over the years. I did want to circle and talk about the coaches. Coach K, he made English class cool, so I'll go ahead and give him that. But I want to thank him, for all his support over the years. Coach Potter, right, that was our guy right there. He always made sure me and my twin got to practice on time, so we appreciate that. And of course, Tony Staub, I see you back there. I appreciate you, man. It was a lot of fun to earn your trust, right? Especially after that junior year, we were just on the same page, and that's where we were able to build some amazing memories, and beat Northland and #1 team and all that. So that's not without your trust and me being the team captain. Okay, so I want to talk about 3 things, and then I'll go ahead and keep it brief. 3 life lessons that I learned at Gahanna. First one is just responding to adversity. It happens, right? It's not if, it's when. And Gahanna, I was able to actually develop and grow up from Cincinnati, Ohio. So it was a culture shock, right? Coming from Cincinnati, Ohio, where you could ride a bike everywhere, you could walk everywhere, to moving to Gahanna, right? Trying to navigate these big roads, Havens Corner and Taylor Station. And it was dangerous if you tried to walk out there. We learned that real early when we moved. But once I got comfortable here, allowing my basketball talents to really kind of take over and meet friends, I felt pretty good going to my high school year. That's when I actually faced a hurdle a lot of people don't know about. I was actually ineligible my freshman year of high school. So I'm excited to finally get to the high school to show, my talents. And the second semester I was ineligible, right? So that's the adversity where I had to actually look in the mirror and figure out, like, hey, what do I want to do, right? My basketball career is literally about to end before it starts. So I was able to get that in check and, obviously continue to progress. Then there's another story, my senior year. When I was getting ready to go to VCU, I actually had to take freshman classes because of my freshman year and replace those classes. So it's funny now, but imagine being a senior taking Algebra 1 with freshmen, and they're upstaging you in class. So, I had to learn that. But those are the lessons I take with me in terms of responding to adversity still to this day. Next thing I want to talk about is being patient. I came to Gahanna kind of entitled, thinking that I was good enough to at least play JV my freshman year. So that's kind of what resulted in a underwhelming freshman year, right, where I wasn't as engaged or as focused or living up to my potential. So I still remember the conversation I had with Coach Potter and Coach Staub. Coach K, I think he was around as well. And he tells me, like, hey, you're going to play JV your sophomore year. 180, right? My freshman year, I'm entitled, thinking I should at least play JV. Sophomore year, they tell me, hey, this is what's going to happen. And instead of me fighting it, I accepted that, right? I respected the process. I realized that I still needed development, and I needed to be patient and wait my turn. Because I waited my turn, I'm here in this this building with you all, actually having this conversation in the Hall of Fame. But I look back at those moments, not the Northland game, but those hinge moments where it can go left or right. And being patient is everything, right? Everything takes time, and if you're able to do that, great things that happen. And then the last thing I want to talk about that I learned at Gahanna is believing in yourself. Believing in yourself, right? Believing before anybody else even knows what's about to happen. And I want to take you guys to a conversation I had with my mother. I think I was 14 or 15 years old. And, it's just a regular conversation like it usually is, how's school, what's going on. She then stops me and she tells me, like, hey, son, in order for you to go to college, you're going to have to earn a Division I scholarship. And when she told me that, I got a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, right? I never even played varsity yet. This is before my junior year, before anybody even knew who I was. But as I thought about that a little bit more, I told myself, like, hey, she wouldn't tell me this if she didn't believe in me. And it was in that moment where I said, as soon as I get an opportunity out there to showcase my talent and do what I can do, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to play to win. I'm not going to play not to lose, I'm going to shoot to make, and I shoot not to not miss. And that's something I still take with me to this day in terms of believing in yourself and believing what you can do, right? Because if you wait for somebody to believe in you that's really not your mother, you'll be waiting a long time. So I do want to tell you I appreciate you instilling that belief in me. That allowed me to do amazing things. And then, of course, we talk about the Northland game. I can't talk about that, right, without, mentioning just how crazy that week was. We had people at our school literally betting against us, right? We're 25-0 at the time. And when you talk about the whole city, the whole state, right, we're playing this the #1 team in the nation, it's easy for us to kind of doubt ourselves, right? Kind of like, have some imposter syndrome, like, hey, are we really good enough to beat this team? But I remember when we practiced the last day before the game, and I went to bed that night knowing that we're going to win this game. We are going to win this game. I don't care how irrational it looks. I don't care if they have the Division I, top player in the country, the greatest point guard in the state with Trey Burke. We're going to beat these guys. And guess what? We got the win. So those are really the three lessons that I like to share when I think about Gahanna. I've had a lot of time to reflect, and what's really next is to be a part of this. Right, this is my third time being back at Gahanna since I graduated in 2010, and like I said, the fact that there's so much support, so much love, I want to be a part of that to be able to give that to the next generation. I've already told the coaching staff, please call me. I'm still in shape. I can still give some buckets out in practice. You guys need to look. Literally a text away. But more than anything, I think my testimony really is about being patient, right? Responding to adversity, right? Believing in yourself. This is all stuff that you can actually take outside of basketball. So I think I'll leave everybody with that right there. Like, hey, whatever you're doing in life, to the next generations, to my nephew, to my nieces, believe in yourself, okay? When things happen, let's lean into it, right? It's an opportunity to rise, an opportunity to get better. And then last but not least, be patient, right? Be patient. Things happen when things are supposed to happen. So I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you for the honor. It's amazing. And everybody have a good night.